Have you ever noticed how the loudest voices in the room often say the least of value, while the quiet ones carry an unseen strength? When chaos surrounds you, do you join the noise? Or do you retreat into stillness, letting silence become your greatest shield? The Stoics believed that true power is not in endless words or anger, but in disciplined silence. And in troubling times, silence becomes more than just peace, it becomes survival. Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we explore the art of silence in troubling times, uncovering how stillness can guide us through chaos, protect our inner strength, and transform suffering into clarity. Part 1. Silence as strength, not weakness. In our modern world, silence is often misunderstood. People think it means weakness, passivity, or a lack of confidence. But for the Stoics, silence was power. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." Imagine being in an argument. One person raises their voice, desperate to be heard, but the other remains calm, listening, unmoved. Who holds the true power? The silent one. Because silence is not surrender, it is control, it is discipline, it is mastery over yourself. In troubling times, silence teaches us that not every battle requires our voice, and not every conflict deserves our energy. Part 2. The wisdom of listening. Silence creates space for listening, for reflection, for understanding. Seneca advised, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." And learning begins with listening. Think of the moments when you stayed quiet in a conversation. You heard not only the words, but the tone, the pauses, the things left unsaid. You noticed truth that words might have hidden. When we speak too quickly, we react. But when we remain silent, we respond with wisdom. In troubling times, silence allows us to see clearly, beyond the surface, into the heart of matters. Ask yourself, how much stronger would you become if you listened more than you spoke? Part 3. Protecting your inner peace. Noise is everywhere. Breaking news, constant opinions, endless arguments online. If we let it, this noise invades our mind and robs us of peace. Epictetus warned, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This is the power of silence, to protect your soul from unnecessary disturbance. You don't need to comment on every event. You don't need to join every debate. You don't need to defend yourself against every critic. Protect your inner world by stepping back, by remaining silent when silence serves you. Because silence is not empty. It is full of strength, clarity, and wisdom. Part 4. Silence in conflict and adversity. Troubling times are often filled with conflict. When people are angry, they want a reaction. When provoked, they hope you'll lash out. But silence breaks the chain. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." And silence is the way to live this truth. When insulted, silence denies the other person power. When confronted with anger, silence disarms. When surrounded by gossip, silence shields your dignity. Think of it. How many regrets in life come not from what we stayed silent about, but from what we said in anger? Part 5. Silence as a path to clarity. Life often feels overwhelming. Decisions pile up, emotions run high, the world demands more of us each day. But silence is where clarity lives. The Stoics believed that reflection was the key to wisdom. By retreating into silence, we create space to think, to pause, to examine ourselves. Seneca reminded us, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." And silence gives us that power. In silence, we regain perspective. In silence, we see what matters and what doesn't. Troubling times confuse us with noise, but silence strips away the unnecessary, revealing truth. Part 6. Practicing the art of silence daily. How do we make silence a part of life? Start with small steps. Morning reflection instead of rushing. Listening fully instead of interrupting. Pausing before reacting. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Each day, ask yourself, am I speaking because it is useful or because I fear silence? By practicing silence, we grow stronger. We learn patience. We sharpen self-control. And most importantly, we reclaim peace in a world of noise. The art of silence is not about absence, it's about presence. It's about being so rooted in calmness that no chaos can uproot you. So, what have we seen? Silence is not weakness, it is strength. It allows us to listen deeply, to protect our peace, to face conflict with dignity, to gain clarity, and to live with wisdom. In troubling times, silence is not an escape, it is a weapon. It is a practice. It is an art. If this message resonated with you, remember, silence is always available to you, no matter how loud the world becomes. Thank you for watching Stoic Blend. If you found value in this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with someone who needs this wisdom, and let silence guide you towards strength and peace.